You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating, new, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry. Thanks for joining us on Ace Country Radio, and we're also streaming at KPVM.TV. We're also on your Roku devices. It is Tuesday, May 6th. In our top story, an Amargosa man is arrested for strangling his girlfriend, reportedly over an alleged protection order. News 25 reporter Rory Rossell has details.
An Amargosa man was arrested Monday afternoon after an altercation in the town park escalated into violence, resulting in charges of battery by strangulation and child endangerment. Authorities arrived on scene around 3:39 p.m. on May 5th, following reports of a domestic disturbance involving a man allegedly trying to take a child in violation of a temporary protection order. Another caller warned that a fight had broken out and somebody could possibly have a firearm. Law enforcement officers arrived and found the suspect, later identified as Jose Oseguera. According to witness statements, the dispute began when Oseguera met with his ex-partner to see their daughter for the child's first birthday. The situation intensified when Oseguera asked if he could take the child to Beatty to visit his family. An argument ensued with both parties exchanging verbal accusations. Witnesses say that the mother attempted to leave with the baby. At that point, Oseguera allegedly grabbed her by the throat with both hands and began to strangle her. She reportedly tried to defuse the situation but was unsuccessful. One witness called 911, informing the dispatcher that the protection order was in place and that Oseguera was refusing to let go of their daughter. Upon investigation, officers found no active protection order or formal custody agreement between the parties. However, visible red marks on the victim's neck were consistent with being strangled. Photos were taken and submitted as evidence. Jose Oseguera was arrested and booked into the Nye County Detention Center on charges of battery by strangulation and child endangerment.
And the prison located on Alcatraz Island is closed and has been so for more than 60 years. But recently, President Trump is announcing his proposed plans to reopen and expand the historic island prison.
President Donald Trump announced on Sunday evening that he has directed official agencies to reopen and expand Alcatraz Island's prison, returning the facility to its operational status more than 60 years after its closure. In a post on Truth Social, Trump cited a surge of violent crimes and says this is why he is reopening the notorious Island's prison off the coast of San Francisco. Trump wrote, "For too long, America has been plagued by vicious, violent, and repeat criminal offenders. This is why today I am directing the Bureau of Prisons, together with the Department of Justice, FBI, and Homeland Security, to reopen and substantially enlarge and rebuild Alcatraz to house America's most ruthless and violent offenders." President Trump also spoke to reporters during an announcement at the White House earlier this week.
It represents something very strong, very powerful in terms of law and order. Our country needs law and order. Alcatraz is, I would say, the ultimate, right? Alcatraz, Sing Sing and Alcatraz, the movies. But it's right now a museum, believe it or not. A lot of people go there. It housed the most violent criminals in the world, and nobody ever escaped. One person almost got there, but they, as you know the story, they found his clothing rather badly ripped up. And it was a lot of shark bites, a lot of problems. Nobody's ever escaped from Alcatraz, and just represented something strong having to do with law and order. We need law and order in this country.
Originally closed in 1963 due to deteriorating infrastructure and high operation costs, Alcatraz has since become one of the most visited National Historic Landmarks in the U.S., operated by the National Park Service. The island's remote location and strong ocean currents once made it a preferred location for housing the nation's most dangerous inmates, including Al Capone and George Machine Gun Kelly. Experts have noted that bringing Alcatraz Alcatraz to a modern correctional standard would require an enormous investment. The Bureau of Prisons has recently closed multiple aging facilities over similar infrastructure concerns and cost inefficiencies, even as they face widespread criticism over staffing shortages, prisoner abuse, and internal corruption.
And a Las Vegas student, unfortunately, is tragically killed in a DUI crash. And now the community is coming together to prevent more lives like that from being lost. Here's what News 25 has learned so far.
An 18-year-old Arborview High School senior was killed on Friday morning in a suspected DUI crash in a crossing street near her school, prompting an outpouring of grief from friends, fellow students, and family. The incident occurred around 11:30 a.m. in the 7500 block of Whispering Sands Drive in Las Vegas. The pedestrian, identified as Mackenzie Scott, was reportedly walking towards her car in a nearby neighborhood when she was struck. She was transported to UMC in critical condition and later succumbed to her injuries. Scott was a high-achieving student with a full-ride scholarship to UNLV with aspirations of becoming a CIS investigator. A memorial has been established outside of Arborview High School where classmates, staff, and family have been gathering to pay their respects. The driver accused in this crash, Keenan Jackson, has been formally arraigned as of Tuesday, May 5th. He is being charged with DUI-related offenses and remains in custody on $500,000 bail. An arrest report indicates that Jackson's blood alcohol content was nearly 3 times the amount of the legal limit at the time of the collision. This is currently a developing story, and News 25 will have more information regarding this crash when it becomes available.
And as we head to break, we want to say go Knights go as they head into the second round tonight. More on that when News 25 returns.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, Beatty residents, there's something new taking off at your local airport. You're invited to an open house at the Beatty Airport to learn more about some exciting new developments on the horizon.
Exciting developments are on the horizon for Beatty Airport, and you're invited to be part of the conversation. The county, in collaboration with Atkins Realis, is hosting a public open house to discuss the Beatty Airport Master Plan. The event is Wednesday, May 7th, from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Beatty Community Center, 100A Avenue South in Beatty. The event is an opportunity for residents, aviation enthusiasts, and community stakeholders to learn more about the future plans for the airport. There will be an opportunity to ask questions and share perspectives. Representatives from Atkins Realis will be on hand to provide insights and answer any inquiries. The master plan aims to shape the vision for Beatty Airport's development and ensure it meets the needs of the community and the aviation industry. Your feedback is invaluable in guiding this process. For additional information, please contact the Atkins Realis Planning team at aviation.planning@atkinsrealis.com.
All right, get ready, sports fans. Mikey Ruhan is here to break down the latest in hockey, basketball, baseball, and much more. He's knocking it out of the park right now.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Vegas Golden Knights, Edmonton Oilers, Round 2, Game 1 this evening from T-Mobile Arena. Puck drop 6:30. Be there or watch it on TV. Las Vegas Aviators are in Reno for the Battle of Nevada today. We'll have that score for you in a bit. From an original field of 64, only 4 high schools remain in the West region of the 64.com National Mascot Tournament, a high-energy bracket-style competition that's been capturing national attention and rallying communities around school spirit. The next round kicked off today. Voting will remain open for 3 days ending May 8th. The stakes are high. Each school is competing for a prize and national recognition. The West Region 4 finalists: Hollister, California, with Hollister hay balers Hank. Next up, from Center Point, Iowa, the Stormin' Pointers, Stormin' Norman. Next up, from New Fulton, Minnesota, Northern Freeze.
Okay.
And finally, from Hutto, Texas, the Hippos. Visit www.the64.com to vote. Asia Wilson's Nike signature shoe dropped today. She will celebrate this evening while the Aces take on the Phoenix Mercury in their second preseason match. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thanks, Mikey. And just so you sports fans know, the Las Vegas Aviators won their 10th game in a row this afternoon, making it 15-0 over the Reno Aces. And turning back now to more area news, Las Vegas has long held on to its title as marriage capital of the world. Our News 25 Las Vegas correspondent Maria Centers joins us now with an original report tying the knot on this story.
The city of Las Vegas proudly hails as the marriage capital of the world and boasts at least 75 wedding chapels in addition to its vast houses of worship and resort venues. Back in the 1930s, Nevada eased its marriage laws, making it the smoothest state across the nation to get hitched. Here's a look at KPVM Television's most monumental matrimony moments.
I'm in love now. I have no idea why I did this, but I've had 50 years to make this decision, and it's good for me.
Have you had a good time in our city?
We had a good time in the city right now. We're going to go get out of these, living formal, and come back, and we're going to hit the strip and gamble like a knucklehead.
Lovebirds looking to make it official can do so easily here in Clark County, as they face no waiting period or needed blood test and can apply seamlessly online.
Today's our 10-year anniversary, and we decided to get, married at Las Vegas, because why not?
We're from Jersey.
We're from Jersey, New York City. Traveled to Las Vegas to get married.
We feel amazing. We're ready to celebrate.
If somebody wants to get married here in Las Vegas, what are your top tips?
Come down here, say I do, and get it over with and move on.
Fast service.
Life is good.
Our Marriage License Bureau is open every day of the week, 365 days a year from 8 a.m. until midnight, and issued its 5 millionth wedding license back in 2022, according to Travel Market Report.
It's so cute, so vintage, very Vegas
Classic.
vintage vibes that I wanted.
We're old school at heart. We're going to Oscars for dinner. We're going to have some clubs tonight.
A current Clark County marriage license is priced at $102 US if paid in cash. When did you know after 44 years that she was the one?
After the grandkids came. My son had nothing better to do but give me grandkids. So we knew that it was like, you know what? Do it, make it happen.
Under special circumstances, a Clark County marriage license may be issued to a couple when only one party can travel to the Marriage License Bureau. Reporting from Las Vegas, I'm Maria Centers for News 25.
Congratulations to all those lovely couples. News 25 will be right back with much more news you can use.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back. Well, Valley Electric Association is here now with an electrifying story about power lines.
This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Valley Electric and its family of companies focused on serving our members. We're better together.
Clear power lines deliver dependable electricity to our communities.
Rights-of-way, which are the paths that the power lines take, often go through wooded areas and areas with other vegetation. Keeping those clear is vital to improve the reliability for our cooperative's members.
Cooperative employees work hard to keep lines clear for all consumers in both public and private spaces. By clearing tree branches, removing problematic debris, and safely discarding natural materials to ensure reliable electricity for our member owners.
Well, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and in today's health news, we're exploring new avenues to address that issue. Reports show that anxiety and depression are two of the most common mental health conditions for adults here in the U.S., but not everyone responds to traditional treatment, which is why researchers are now exploring the possible use of psychedelics.
Today's health report is brought to you by Desert View Hospital. When you or a loved one needs medical attention, Desert View Hospital is ready to help. We've been providing friendly and compassionate care to our neighbors since 2006, including emergency services available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit desertviewhospital.com to learn more. With limited exceptions, physicians are not employees or agents of this hospital.
Our existing treatments, there's a little variability depending on the particular condition, but generally about a third of patients with a particular condition will not respond to any psychiatric treatment. So when you think about that at scale, that's millions of people who have depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder that's not responding to treatment.
Dr. Brian Barnett is a psychiatrist with Cleveland Clinic. He has been studying the use of psilocybin and LSD to treat anxiety and depression, and the results have been promising. So how exactly do they work? Dr. Barnett says they are not entirely sure, but it's believed they turn on certain receptors in the brain and also help with neuroplasticity, making it easier for a person to learn new behaviors. Dr. Barnett says these kinds of psychedelics would never just be handed to a patient as part of their treatment. Instead, they would be administered in a supervised medical setting.
They are drugs with strong psychoactive effects, and so that's something we take very seriously. So safety is very important. But over the decades, we have developed ways to reduce side effects and ensure that patients are able to take these safely in a supervised medical setting. There will never be a point where the FDA is going to approve sending psychedelics home with people.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, there are flash flood warnings out there between Pahrump and Arizona and Las Vegas, so be careful on the roadways. We do see those scattered clouds and there are scattered showers out there. A closer look in weather after this break.
Good evening, Nevada. My name is Rory Rosell, coming to you from the Channel 25 Weather Studios and taking a look at Nevada right now. Up in northern Nevada, Fernley and Fallon are both sitting at 68 degrees. Carson City is at 66, Tonopah is at 59, Goldfield is sitting at 61, Beatty's at 73, Amargosa is at 79, Las Vegas is at 74, and Death Valley once again is at 90 degrees. But here in the beautiful Paradise of Pahrump, it is currently 74 degrees. The high today was 77 with partly cloudy skies. The wind was north-northwest at 12 miles per hour today. Humidity 14%, and the sun rose this morning at 5:45 and is setting tonight at 7:36 p.m. The humidity raises up to 46%, and the wind continues to blow tonight east at 11 miles per hour. The low tonight is going to be 52 degrees. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Tomorrow we are seeing sunny skies. We are actually seeing sunny skies throughout the next 7 days as well, which is nice because we just had some rain. Tomorrow on Wednesday it's going to be 82 degrees, 90 on Thursday, 95 on Friday, almost hitting triple digits over the weekend, but not quite. We are sitting at 98 degrees on Saturday. Sunday and Monday we are seeing some wind at 18-mile-per-hour wind speeds. Sunday it's going to be 93 degrees, 10 degrees lower on Monday, 83, and back down into the 70s on Tuesday at 76 degrees. So like Pahrump always is, we can wear a jacket and shorts in the same week. Back to the desk, here's Unette.
Thanks so much, Rory. And again, be careful out there on the roadways while it is still raining and those flash flood warnings are still out. Well, that does it for this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the air next newscast. Good night.